Good morning and welcome to Chloe Avalon. My name is Priscilla Miller, and the reason I named this channel Chloe Avalon is because it's my daughter's name, and I thought it went so well together, Chloe and Avalon. And welcome to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate you all. Now today it will be kind of a vlog. I will kind of do a vlog throughout my day, some of it, but mostly what this video is about my sourdough sandwich bread. So I have been working trying to perfect my sourdough sandwich bread and kind of, create my own recipe. And so I feel like I finally nailed it pretty much. And so I want to share with you my recipe. Now, a sandwich bread will not be as crusty. When you see the sourdough loaves, they're usually these round or oval loaves that are very crusty and have this nice detailing on top. And I have made those, but I haven't really formed my own recipe yet. One reason I like the sourdough sandwich bread recipe is because it takes some sweetener in it. And I like my breads just a little bit sweet. I like the crusty, salty bread too, but for everyday use and for sandwiches and stuff, I like it more, more a little bit like regular bread. Although sourdough has its own distinct flavor, it has this little tartness to it, and which I like. I don't mind that. And for those of you who don't know about sourdough, it's like a fermenting, it's actually fermentation here. And when you make sourdough bread, it actually breaks down the grains and makes it a lot easier to digest the bread. So it's just a lot better for you. It doesn't sit in your stomach like regular bread does. So I am gonna start with this. I want to show you this sourdough. What you want to do is the day before, like the night before, put some sourdough starter in a bowl like this, and then add a lot more flour and water so that you have enough to make your bread. And you want your sourdough starter to be very fresh and bubbly. Like it has this sweetish smell to it. Like if sourdough gets old or it needs to be fed, it will get a really, really sour smell to it. But if it's really nicely fed, it'll have this almost sweet smell to it, almost yeasty sweet smell. And that's what it has today. So I wanted to make sure that I have 2 cups of sourdough starter to do this bread. And the reason I like this bread recipe is that the rising time or the proofing time is not quite as long as some sourdough recipes, because I put a lot of sourdough starter in. It doesn't take quite as long, up to like 5 to 6 hours, sometimes 8 hours. It depends on the room temperature of your house. But usually for me, it has been about 6 hours of proofing time. And then once you put it in your bread pans, it's another 2 hours at least. It has already gone like 2.5 hours. So it's a good 8 to 9 hours altogether. So you can do it in a day. But I'm starting late this morning, so this bread will get ready pretty late this evening. Okay, before I start, I want to tell you what I'm using for a mixer. I'm using this Bosch mixer, and I have this stainless steel bowl. I used to have a plastic bowl, but I just did not like it because I could sometimes see little plastic pieces come off, and I didn't want to be eating plastic. So I got me a stainless steel bowl here. And these Bosch mixers are super expensive, but I got this one like it was a used one. I got it on sale somewhere. I think my husband sent for it. I think it was like, I don't know if it was eBay, but it has been working great. Now, I want to tell you though, you can do this bread without a mixer. I have done it without a mixer, and it turns out basically the same. It just takes a little longer because you have to do some kneading, like you have to knead it for a while, instead of using the mixer, which makes it faster and easier. So I often just use the mixer. And I want to tell you what kind of flour I'm using so that you can use the same if you want, but I've used different kinds of flour. So now I almost always use spelt flour, but I ran out of my spelt berries. I'm getting more, but For right now, I have been using this whole wheat flour from like the Bob's Red Mill. It's a little bit spendier, but I have gotten this. And then I also put in some white bread flour. I get this in Costco actually. It's an all-purpose organic, unbleached white flour that I also use. So I'm putting like 4 cups of this in and 3 cups of the bread flour. So I just wanted to show you what kind of flour I'm using. So first, what we do is we warm up some milk. Again, this, you can change up this recipe a little bit. It calls for 2 cups of milk, and I have 2 cups of whole milk here, but you can do 2% milk, or you can just go with plain water. Now I feel like the whole milk will keep the moisture in the bread a little longer, but I have also done it with water. So you can do it with that too if you want, if you don't want to use milk. And you just want to make so that it's warm to the touch. Like you can put your finger in, it's not too hot for your finger, but just nice and warm, because that will help the whole bread and the starter to activate a lot faster. So I'm going to make sure that this is exactly 2 cups. Perfect. It almost needs another tablespoon. I'll just put a tablespoon of water in it, because I want to get this exactly accurate for you so that you can see exactly how it turns out if you make the recipe. Okay, now this is, where's my 2-cup thingy? Now I'm going to ladle out 2 cups of this sourdough. I just love how bubbly it is. Wow, this is about perfect. Now it almost looked like 4 cups in that bowl, but once you start ladling it out, the puffiness will go down some. So it was perfect 2 cups. Okay, next you will put in 1/4 cup of oil. 1/4 cup of oil. Just gonna use my scraper here. And then, because I like sweetener in my bread, I put a 1/2 cup of honey. 1/2 cup of honey. And now you could go less than that, but because this is my sandwich bread recipe, it has, I want a little bit more of a sweeter taste to it. And then a nice big tablespoon of salt. Gotta make sure this is completely solid full. And then we have all that in here. Then all that is left is the flours. So you can see it's a very simple recipe, and sourdough is always simple. So as you can see here, this is, I call this done, but it is still a little sticky, like it'll stick to your fingers a little bit. And that's how I want it. I want it just a little bit sticky, because as it proofs, the stickiness will actually dissolve. It'll like go away. And also one secret I want to tell you is sometimes your sourdough starter will be thicker or runnier than other times. So you have to kind of gauge. like my sourdough starter was a little bit thicker this time, and so I actually used 1/2 cup less of flour. So it depends. If your sourdough starter is really runny, then you will need a little bit more flour. So I'm going to put in the recipe down below. I'll write it out for you down below. I'm going to write down like 4 cups of whole wheat and 3 cups of white, give or take. Because as you can see, I used 1/2 cup less of white flour because I saw that I didn't need it. Like it got thick too fast. So I just stopped putting any more in. So you will want to watch that a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to put it in this bowl. And by the way, I got this bowl back in Montana at a thrift store, and I think it was $12, which I think is, you know, a little spendy for a thrift store, but this is a pottery bowl and I've just loved it. If you find something like this at a thrift store, get it. So I've just used this a lot. I put a little bit of oil in it, and then I'll put the bread dough in here, and then we'll just put it in a warm place. Now, what I've already done was put my oven on warm, and then I shut it off. And then I would sit this bread in the warm oven, and it would just stay kind of warm in there most of the day. Or other times, if you have a wood stove, I set it over by my wood stove, and just so that it is in this nice warm temperature where it can activate quickly. Now there is only one step in this process of proofing, and that is after an hour, after it's sat for at least an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, it's not that particular. You want to pull this together like just in a nice ball shape, and then cover it up again and let it sit for, you know, up to 6 hours. So, or the way you can gauge it too for your time is if it has risen about double in size. And so either up to 6 to 8 hours or to about double in size. That's how you want to gauge it. Okay, that was all that there's to it, to making that bread. Now I'll just check it in an hour and form it into a nice ball shape. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna get some stuff done. I'm not gonna take you with me the whole time. I'm mostly showing you the bread, but I will show you some, I'm gonna do a little bit more decorating in the home, hang up a couple curtains. So I'll show you that process. And also I gotta clean up my mess and help my children with schoolwork. I am so happy because their school is coming to an end because we worked hard and fast. We didn't take like a spring break or a very little Christmas break. So we are gonna get done with school pretty soon here. So I'm happy about that. Oh, and I also have some, like a box of lemongrass stuff came in that I wanna show you what I got. So I'll take you around with me as I decorate and stuff. I got my Abby girl dust mopping because she's done with her schoolwork, and we have a load of laundry to fold, and of course Autumn is there just lazying the day away. That's usually what she does. this is how I have my shelves for right now. And if you know me, I'm often rearranging, trying different things. So this is probably not always gonna stay this way, but I like it. It's just very simple and clean looking. Now for these candlesticks, I got some nice white candles to go in them, but it just makes them super, super tall, and it just doesn't look good like that. And I've seen other people with candlestick holders just sitting around, and usually they don't have candles in them. And I don't really know why, but I guess it's just a nice decor piece. The noise you hear is the vacuum. Avalon is doing some vacuuming. But I'm gonna use these candlestick holders, and once I've used them some and they have melted down some, I think they would look kind of nice up there with melted down candle wax and setting up there. So I'm pretty pleased with this. Now, believe me, I am not a professional decorator in the least, and I don't even follow trends or styles. I don't even really know what the styles or trends are out there, and I don't really even want to do research because I want to stay creative. I don't want to follow stuff. I mean, some things I really like and I would like to follow, but I want to stay creative and think up my own things, think up how I think it looks good. Because if you follow trends, it's just everybody has the same style, the same thing, and you kind of feel like you have to have it looking the same. But I don't want that. I want to have my own uniqueness. And I would just encourage anyone to do that. Just be unique, be yourself, and bring out the creativity that God put in you. Because I feel if we follow all the trends and styles, we actually lose our creativity that God put within us, because we just follow another person's creativity, which is okay, you know, for a certain amount, but on a whole, I want to find my creativity that God put within me, if you know what I mean. Okay, I've got my kitchen curtains up, and I really like them. I feel like it looks so homey, or more homey, with some curtains in the window. And these are like sandy colored, almost burlap look, kind of linen. And I got these on Amazon. So this is what I chose for my kitchen, and I think it fits very well. I wanted to show you this too. I actually set that little pot up there with greenery trailing down. I set it right up there. I think that looks pretty nice right there. I don't know, I might change it out again, but I'm liking it for right now. Hung these in the bathroom, and I really like them. The only thing is I wish they would go up further in the center, like they're a little bit long for my liking. but that's okay. We are also gonna get a blind to pull down if we want to here in the bathroom. But these are pure white curtains, and this is the texture of them. And they're so pretty. I got them on Amazon too. All right, it's a few hours later and my bread is soon ready to put into my bread pans. But first, I wanted to show you a few things I got in a box of lemongrass products. And also, one of you sent me some very beautiful things, and I wanted to show it on here. And I already thanked you on Instagram, Wendy, but I wanted to thank you on here too. She just made some beautiful hot pads. These are just beautiful, and they're really like big size. They're huge. And then she made another pair for me, and these are elk, moose, and bear, which is just perfect for here in Alaska. It's just beautiful, Wendy. Thank you so much. And then another thing that she did, she's very artistic, is she painted this, like this journal. She did a painting on here and made the Aurora Borealis. It's very pretty with stars in it. So thank you so much, Wendy. And then she sent me some magnets to put on my fridge if I like. She actually painted this one. Isn't that pretty? And then she sent just some really nice stickers and stuff, like water bottle stickers. This is so cool. Like you can stick this on your water bottle. And then you also sent all these lovely stickers for the children to play around with. They'll love that. So again, thank you so much, Wendy. It was such a blessing and so much joy to open this package. And now for the lemongrass products. And I'll try to hurry here, not take too much time. But I actually got 3 bottles of this stuff. I just thought I'd stock up. And this, I'll tell you what it is. This is tea tree and citrus prebiotic hand wash. So I'm going to fill all my hand wash stations. I still need to get a couple more, but I got extra because I'm going to have this for the children's like body wash or bath wash, because it's a mild soap. It's citrus and tea tree. Yeah, it smells very citrusy. I don't smell much tea tree, but I smell, yeah, I do smell it a little, but it smells very citrusy and I like that. So this is what I use for the children's body wash. I might even use it, and for our hand wash. And I get this all in lemongrass. And then another thing I ordered was something for Avalon. I haven't really got her much stuff, but she is 12 going on 13. So I got her a tea tree cleansing gel and a tea tree face cream. And this is formulated more for acne prone skin. So I am gonna give this to her so that she can start using this mornings and evenings on her face. And I am so happy that I have something like this that is all natural and that is healthy for your skin. Like it actually helps your skin. Then I got this super fruit facial mask, and this is one of my favorite masks. So it looks like this, and it has some like little pieces in it, like little, I don't know how to call it, but I love it. I like how it smells, and I feel when I put it on my skin, it tingles just slightly, but very, you know, it's very mild, very slightly. And so you just leave it on your skin for like 15 minutes and then you wash it off. And then next I got some body oil because I'm going on a trip to the DR, Dominican Republic, and I'm gonna be out on the beach a lot, by the pools, and I just wanted some different body oils to use, you know, just to put on me when I'm out in the sun. It just helps your skin to tan more evenly and not burn so easily, and keep it hydrated. So the one is called Rejuvenate Body Oil, and it just has a lot of good stuff in it. Apricot, peach, orange peel, mandarin. It has different fruit oils in it. And then I also got this one, which I am pretty excited about, and it smells so heavenly. It's sun-kissed coconut bronzing oil. Now, it doesn't tan you. It's not a tanning oil. Like it's not a self-tanner. It just has this shimmer in it. As you can tell, it has this shimmer in it that it just gives your skin like a shimmer. So it just smells like the island or like the beach. What you think it would smell there, you know, drinking coconut water. Oh yes, so I got this stuff, and then because I'm traveling, I got me like a little travel set. And this is like a customizable skin set. Like I could customize what I wanted in these little bottles here. And the first one was I got like a tiny little prebiotic facial mist, and I decided to do a hydrating rose facial wash this time. I always use the prebiotic facial wash, but I decided I want to try this. So I got this one. And then for my serum, I got vitamin C. Like I have this tiny little, cute little travel size vitamin C serum. And then I got a botanical face cream, perfect for travel, and a hydrating eye cream that I got. And so I have like a little travel set that I can take with me. And these are all available on my link in the description box down below. Everything of this is there for you to check out. Oh, I did forget. Where was that? Oh, right here. I got this in the mail today. And these are the trial size tinted moisturizers. Now, I already ordered like a couple different shades in the tinted moisturizers because I want to try them out, but they sent me all of the shades trial size. I want to show you, this is a foundation, but the tinted moisturizers are like 70% larger than the foundation. So the tinted moisturizer is going to be about this big, I think, and a little bit rounder. So it's a lot of product in there. This is not natural lighting here, so it's not going to be the greatest way to show, but I want to just try it a little on my hand or arm. And this is in the dark. This is dark tinted moisturizer. And now the tinted moisturizer will not be a full coverage. You know, it's just going to be a very simple, very light coverage. Okay, it looks pretty good on here. You know, I wonder how it would look on your legs, even if you'd want to do that, you know, just to kind of blur out something. I mean, that actually looks, it's a little bit dark, but I wonder if it would work on my face. You know, I got to try that out on my face. Now, let's try the medium tan. And I'll try it on the other side of, not do quite as much. Okay, here I have dark right here. Now let's try the medium tan over here. Okay, that actually totally blends in. That totally blends in. The light medium. Now these just really blend in nicely. I mean, this isn't natural light here, so wow, okay, that just really blended in nicely there. I don't know for sure what will fit my face because I know my face is a little different shade. But man, that is nice. Light, okay, that was light medium. And now the very fair color, I'm thinking that will be too light for my skin, is the fair color, but I'll try it over on this hand. Like that. But you can blend it in so nicely that it just, wow, okay. It just really blended in there. So that was probably not the greatest demonstration because I'm not in natural light, but the natural light isn't that great either. It's not a sunny day outside, but at least you get kind of the gist of it. And these, I just feel are gonna be so awesome. I'm so looking forward to getting my full-size bottles. You can use them in so many different ways. If you want to have more of a no makeup look, you know, these are perfect because they won't cover up every blemish. It'll just blur it out a tiny bit. And the way to use them, you will of course want to do your cleanser first and serums, whatever else you do, and then you want to put this on. And they also have peptides in them, which are a chain of amino acids, and they help reduce fine lines and wrinkles, which is very good. So it's just a win. Like, it's just, I'm super excited for this. And if you're someone who wants more coverage, you can use this as a primer and put this on first and then your foundation. So it's just however you want to do that. And you can mix and match, like you can mix up your colors. If you get a few shades, you can mix them up, and you could even mix it with your foundation. Like you could mix it together. It just, you can try out so many different things. That's what I love about makeup is you can use your artistic ability to like just try out different stuff. Okay guys, this was so much fun showing you this stuff because it's always so much fun to receive these different things and try them out and show them to you all. But let's get back to our sourdough bread making. Okay, see that? It is double in size. And this is all just from the sourdough starter. And it's not even quite 5 hours yet. It's more like 4.5 hours so far. But I'm going to put it into pans because it's risen high enough. Just look at it. And it has such a sweet, musky bread smell. I just love it. I love smelling my bread dough. Okay. So let's get these things in the pans. And what I did was I just buttered my pans and then sprinkled flour around it and shook it around so that the bread will come out very easily, because I don't have a nonstick cooking spray. So that's just what I did. And this dough will make 3 loaves. So as you can see here, I'm just gently flattening it out and poking out the air bubbles, and then I gently roll it up and put it into the pans. It's as simple as that. Okay, it has been almost 3 hours later. I've already done the same bread and it was ready in 2 hours. So you just have to gauge it. You just have to keep it watched. And this time it was 3 hours. And so it's 8 hours altogether of rise time. And this is how they're looking. They're just perfect to go in the oven. Just perfect. So I'm gonna stick these in the oven and set the timer for 30 minutes. I'm guessing they'll be in there a little longer, but I'll set it for 30 minutes. Okay, look at this loaf. This is sourdough, and this turned out just really beautifully. Sometimes they don't rise quite as much, and you know, you just have to play with it. And this turned out really beautiful. So I'm very happy for it. I'm going to put some butter on top, and then I'm gonna let it set for just a little bit, and then I'll cut it for you so you can see how it looks. we just got done eating and we ate a whole loaf of this.
It's delish, absolutely delish.
Yeah, he and the boys came home from
snow machining.
Yeah, all day. And so I had a good dinner waiting for them.
In Alaska, they say snow machining instead of snowmobiling, and I don't know why. But
yeah.
Anyways, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So we want snow machining.
Okay, I'm
Back
gonna
to the bread.
Cut this up for you and show you how it looks inside.
It's so delicious. We can eat bread like nobody's business.
Sourdough is always best eaten fresh, but I think this sandwich bread lasts a little bit longer. But yeah, sourdough is always best eaten fresh. Okay, here we go. So this is how it looks. And now I feel like this is not quite as dense as it usually is. I'm gonna turn up the camera here. Usually it turns out even a little bit more dense. You want your sandwich bread not full of holes. I think this one has a little bit more than it normally has, but you know, it just always turns out slightly different. I mean, pretty much the same, but sometimes it just, you know, even your stove, we all have different stoves, and even that makes a difference. And the altitude and the temperature outside and the temperature in the house, everything contributes to your bread baking. So if your bread doesn't turn out exactly like mine did, it's okay. It's still edible, even if it hasn't risen as much. So there you have it. I'll have all the instructions and ingredients in the description box below. Okay, this is that time again. I had a great time showing you how to make this bread. And now I have to sign off. And guys, we will see you all on the next video. God bless.